Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Clive.
Morning, Elizabeth.
Oh dear, am I in trouble? You're using my Sunday name.
You're all in trouble on exec because you're spending money that's not fully funded. So I'm just saying you're all in trouble. There's nobody getting away with it. No, I'm not only kidding you.
Not me this month.
No. There's none on you this month. Maybe messages getting through. I don't know, but we'll see. How do I change my name on here? Somebody did tell me once, and I can't remember to do it because
I've just done it for you.
Oh yes, thank you. I know it do. I thought I'm going happy here at Amy. I thought because I saw my BD number up, and there it's suddenly gone back again. Right, I shall mute myself until we're ready. All right.
Okay.
See you all soon. God bless. Take care. See you soon.
welcome you to today's executive meeting. It is 10 o'clock, and I'll start by asking for apologies.
I've only received apologies from Pam Brown.
Right, thanks. I've got one urgent item of business, and I'll raise that in camera, agenda item 14. We've got no declarations of interest unless you want to raise one today, Liz.
Yeah, I raise a declaration of interest on item 13.
Right, thanks, Liz. No one else? No? Right, the minutes of the last meeting, you'll find these on page 5. I've looked through these minutes and they seem okay to me. I'll move these minutes. Any?
I shall second them.
All in favour of minutes, yeah? Yeah, I think you've all got their hands up. I've got no matters referred from scrutiny, none from budget and policy, no budget and policy framework items. We'll move on to non-key decisions. The first one is item 5, customer service standard complaints, comments and complaints report. Good God, that's a longish title, isn't it? And this is Kath, I think, isn't it?
Yes.
Don't Kath moan about this one.
No, Anne's there.
Who?
Anne,
Where?
top in the middle.
God, I can't see. Oh, it's Anne, yeah. All right. Kath.
Good morning, everybody. This is your standard biannual report on customer service standards and compliments, comments and complaints. I'm not going to go through it point by point. It is, I would like to draw your attention to actually a very good standard of responses to customer service standards and compliments and comments and complaints. We've hit the target in quite a lot of areas. We've had some areas where we've not hit the target, but only narrowly missed those targets. And I think we can safely say that it's been the arrangements we've had in place for coronavirus. So does anybody have anything pressing to respond or ask about this report?
Any questions to Anne?
I'll make a comment.
If none, I'll invite Duncan to Old Port. Come on, Duncan.
Yeah, thank you, Anne. I agree with the comment that Anne has made regarding the figures that we're dealing with today. See on page 16. Difficult times, Anne, but I do accept that I think the recommendation is absolutely correct, and I'd like to move the recommendation that the executive note the overall performance on compliments, stroke comments and complaints on customer service standards, particularly in the light of the constraints officers have been working within during the COVID-19 arrangements. Formally moved.
That's seconded. That's seconded. No further comments. All in favour? Receive that report. That's carried. Next one. Is this you then, Kath? Is the next one, Kath?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, Duncan, come on.
Thank you, bye.
Well, I'll let Kath carry on, but just to say the report that the summary of the council ambition aim is provided below, which outlines the various things. So I'll let Anne now. Sorry,
Kath.
Kath. I'll bring Kath in.
Right, okay.
She's over this side now. Morning, Kath.
Good morning. Good morning. Well, okay, just a note from the recovering report then, there's 31 targets supporting the council's ambition. 23 of those are on track. 4 have been affected by COVID, 2 have been achieved previously, and 2 are overdue. Regarding the 2 that are overdue, that just relates to 2 strategies. We've got no concerns over these strategies. So one's the new housing strategy, and the other one is the empty homes property strategy. Both got a little bit of slippage, but no major issues. Both are going through the approval process and consultation. So it's good to see that the council's progressing quite a few strategies. There's these two, as well as the tourism strategy and the growth strategy. And obviously these are forming the focus, a lot of the focus of the ambition going forward and the actions that will accompany those strategies. So no concerns with those. I think the only things to point out from the appendix is just obviously the relets. The figures aren't where the council would want those figures. The explanation provides some detail around those. Both heads of service, relevant heads of service, and the director is obviously aware of that situation, and that's receiving attention going forward. And the empty properties target, there's a lot of good commentary in that, so it may not necessarily hit the target this financial year, but it's definitely picking up pace, and there's more empty homes coming on stream that may come to fruition after the end of March. So not unduly concerned about that, and obviously with the empty properties strategy coming on board as well, this area is receiving focus. So generally, I think it's a pretty good report with just a few bits to bear in mind going forward, and that concludes the officer's report.
Right, thank you. Any questions on this report?
No, just to draw to members' attention, as Kath had said, page 34 and 33 and 34 does explain how COVID has affected particular targets. I will move the recommendation that the executive note the overall performance on compliments, comments and complaints and customer service standard, particularly the light of the constraint. I've got the wrong one. Sorry.
Duncan's move report.
I know that the progress and outcomes against the council's ambition 2024 targets be noted.
Is that seconded? That's seconded. All in favour? That's carried. Next one is item 7. This is, I think, yours, Nick. Nick.
Yep, just taking my mute off. Thanks, Chair. Yep, I'm very pleased to present this report and thank the officers for all their hard work in its preparation and in updating the measures taken by the council as part of its carbon reduction plan and its proposals for renewable energy tariff and the community woodland project. The purpose of the report is to provide executive with an update of the steps taken so far to achieve its climate change ambitions and to seek agreement to procure electricity from certified renewable sources from April 2021. There are various themes in the carbon reduction plan outlining the council's aims to reduce its carbon footprint and to encourage the community to follow the lead of the council. Also updates executive with initiatives taken so far to meet its climate change objectives through the various themes listed on pages 35 to 39. The report also details future key carbon reduction projects at 1.11 on page 39, such as home agile working, undertaking an annual review of the climate change plan to ensure it remains relevant, as well as the Bolsover Community Woodland Project in collaboration with the Woodland Trust, with funding of £269,000 to plant trees throughout the district, with a major planting programme of 27,500 trees on former colliery land to the south of Creswell, as well as several of the tree planting projects throughout the district, which will be a flagship community project between Bolsover District Council and the Woodland Trust. There will be a national launch in the very near future showcasing this project. The report also details a renewable energy tariff project on pages 40-41, paragraphs 1.12 through to 1.19. The proposal is that the council purchases a renewable electricity from the clean EDF tariff at a forecast increased cost of £1,678 per annum, para 1.17. This equates to an increase of 0.4%. The conclusions on pages 41-42, they summarise the progress to date on climate change objectives and estimate savings in excess of 661 tonnes per annum. It is not possible to calculate all the carbon reduction estimates in all scenarios, but those provided give a considered indication of what is likely to be achieved. Page 42, para 2.4 outlines the different options of reducing carbon emissions. Different alternatives can do different results when the cost is also taken into the equation. E.g., replacing a refuse wagon may equate to a reduction of 33 tonnes of CO2, but the cost would equate to 17,697 reduction per tonne. But a comparable investment in external wall cavity insulation would achieve a cost saving per tonne of only £3,816 per tonne. I would therefore like to move the recommendations at 6.1 and 6.2 on page 43 of the report and take any questions.
All right, thanks, Nick. Good report. Any questions to Nick? No questions. You happy to?
Yeah, there's a member in the meeting room 1 who's trying to get your attention.
All right, Mary. Right. Come on, Mary. We can't hear you.
Yeah. Can you now?
Yes. Little green light on it.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Chair. On page 38, 1.9, theme biodiversity. You know, the council's combined recycling rate is slightly below the national average. Is that between North East, Chesterfield, North East and Chesterfield? Are we combined?
I think that's
below the national average. And it
yes,
says combined. So
I think that's yeah. I think that refers to Bolsover District Council, Mary.
Oh right. So not combined with anybody else.
Not that I'm aware of. I think that refers to Bolsover District Council. I would seek clarification on that from Steve Brunt and get back to you just to confirm that though.
Right, thank you. The other one is 39, on page 39, 1.10, policy. Who are these questions going to be going to regarding carbon emissions being sent out with the standard tender documentation? Who are they going to?
Yeah, that, so it's 1.10, did you say, Jude?
Yeah. Procurement. Revised procurement policy has been agreed with carbon update. Consideration embedded. Supplementary questionnaire regarding carbon emissions is being sent out with the standard tender documentation. Who are they going to?
I'm not quite sure on that one, Mary. I don't
Well, it'll be
the officers can
Nick.
help me on that. So I think it's
Nick, it'll be standard. It's just a variation to standard request. Lee, you want to come in?
Yeah, if I could. Yeah, Councillor Dooley, there's a new procurement strategy that's been developed, which includes part of the target for the original carbon reduction plan was to have a look at how we can improve our procurement processes. So included in that strategy are questions that go out for inclusion to anybody bidding for work with the council to either demonstrate their credentials around their own climate change policy, or if it's a specific project, we can ask specific questions. But it's just a shift in what we do. In other words, we're favouring people who are trying their best to reduce their own impact on the climate, etc.
Right, thank you.
You done, Mary?
Yeah, thank you.
Right. No other questions? I can't see anybody. Nick's moved both recommendations, been seconded. All in favour? That's carried. Thanks, Nick. The next one is Sandra on page 44. Sandra?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Purpose of the report is to seek approval to awarding the contract for quality surveying and project management services for Safe and Warm upgrades for Jubilee Court and Valley View. As you can see on 1.5, 17 quantity surveying practices submitted valid bids, which were all evaluated. And as you can see in 1.6, the evaluation outcomes. So I'd like to move the recommendation that members agree to awarding the contract to CJ Consilium Limited, and that progress on this contract will be reported and monitored through the part of the Safe and Warm projects at the Housing Stock Management Group.
So it'll take, it's gone through normal procurement process,
Yeah.
evaluated. Do you want to add anything to that, Ian?
No, unless anybody's got any specific questions, thanks, Chair.
Right, okay. Is there any specific questions? Standard procedure? No. Has it, Sandra's moved it. Has it been seconded? Seconded. All in favour? That's carried. Next one is an LDO. This is for the Sharbrook Marketplace. Now, I've just thought about this. Do I need to declare an interest in this, Sarah, sitting on Sharbrook Town Council?
Yes, it would be a good idea.
Right, I shall declare an interest in this one then. I've no need to wander off, have I?
I don't think so.
Can I declare an interest as well, Sarah, please? I sit on Sharbrook Town Council.
Yeah.
Right, Duncan, sorry.
Right, thank you. Colleagues, purpose of the report is to seek approval for a local development order to grant planning permission within Sharbrook's Marketplace for works to regenerate the marketplace, which includes hard and soft landscaping works, street furniture, boundary treatments, small buildings for community uses, public art and play equipment. On 1.4 you can see therefore the purpose of this report is to put into place a local development order to redevelop Sharbrook Marketplace to accelerate delivery of regeneration schemes should funding arise. The conclusions for the recommendation, in summary, the LDA would support the existing investment being made in the town centre by the shop front repair scheme by removing red tape, granting planning permission for the regeneration works listed, avoiding the need for individuals to gain planning permission with the time and expense that is involved with that process. So colleagues, unless there's any questions that anybody wishes to ask on that, I will be prepared to move the recommendations which you'll see on page 50, which is 61, 62, 63, 64 and 65. Is there any anybody wish to make any comments?
Councillor Dooley is indicating, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, I can remember, and it's about 6 years ago that we had the consultation with Shybrook, and it seems a long time now, and hopefully this will come to fruition. I'd love to see this in my time here, but you know, it's a short time, isn't it? 6 years. But yeah, I totally agree with it, totally. So I'll second it if I can.
All right, thank you. Any further comments? If not, I will move the recommendations and Mary will second them. And you'll see on page 50, the recommendations 6.1, the local development order is put in place to facilitate and enable the regeneration of Sharbrook Marketplace. 6.2, the reason for the local development order is to support the significant investment being made by improving the environmental quality of the marketplace in Sharbrook and to accelerate delivery of regeneration schemes should funding arise by streamlining the planning process for the regeneration works. Therefore, ensuring a consistent high quality of design is achieved that provides a long-lasting legacy that will benefit the local community of Sharbrook, improve the character and appearance of the marketplace, and improve the local economy. 6.3 is the local development order will grant planning permission for improvements and addition to the marketplace within the area shown red on the plan below, including hard and soft landscape work, street furniture, small buildings for community uses, public art and play equipment, and they're all subject to the following conditions. Prior approval for the proposed works must be obtained from the local planning authority prior to the commencement of any development. And 6.4, the order to take effect following approval by the executive finally, 6.5, that delegated authority be granted to the planning manager, development control, to grant and stroke or grant delegated powers to other officers in the planning service to grant prior approval for subsequent applications made under this LDL. I move. All in favour, please show. Against? That's carried. Thank you. Thank you, colleagues.
All right, thanks, Duncan. We move on to key decisions. I have none. The next one is exclusion of the public, and I'll move that under section 100A 4, the Local Government Act 1972 as amended, the public be excluded from the meeting for the following items of business on the grounds that they involve the likely disclosure of exempt information as defined in the stated part 1 of Schedule 12A of the Act, and it is not in the public interest for that to be revealed.
Councillor McGregor, second.
All in favour? Against? Carried. Right, let me know when he's switched off.